Everyone's chasing the wrong thing, the clear path, the perfect job, the right opportunity. But what if I told you that 20 years of psychological research proves you're doing it backwards? What if the secret isn't finding your path but becoming it? And what if there's a simple experiment that proves why this changes everything? The problem. Here's what most people do. They create vision boards. They set goals. They chase external achievements, thinking that once they get the thing, they'll become the person. But your brain doesn't work that way. And there's a famous Stanford experiment that proves why this approach is scientifically flawed. It's called the paradox of choice, and it reveals something shocking about human psychology. When we focus on external outcomes, we actually become less happy, less motivated, and less successful. But when we flip the script, something magical happens. The Stanford experiment. In 2000, psychologists Sheena Iyengar and Mark Lepper set up a simple experiment at an upscale grocery store. They created 2 jam-tasting booths. One had 24 varieties, the other had just 6. The results were mind-blowing. The large display attracted 60% of shoppers, while the small display attracted only 40%. But here's the twist. Of those who stopped at the large display, only 3% actually bought jam. Of those who stopped at the small display, 30% made a purchase. 10 times more people bought when they had fewer choices. This isn't just about jam. This is about how your brain processes possibilities. The identity research. Fast forward to 2018. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck discovered something revolutionary about identity-based change. When people focus on becoming a type of person rather than achieving a specific outcome, their success rate increases by over 200%. Here's why. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system. It's like a filter that determines what you notice in your environment. When you say, "I want to be successful," your brain doesn't know what to look for. But when you say, "I am someone who takes care of their health," your brain starts noticing every opportunity to act healthy. You don't find your path. You literally become it, one decision at a time. The neuroscience breakdown. Here's what happens in your brain when you shift from chasing to becoming. Traditional goal setting activates your prefrontal cortex, the planning center. But identity-based change activates your anterior cingulate cortex, the part responsible for self-awareness and behavioral consistency. When you say, "I am a writer," your brain starts looking for evidence to support that identity. You notice writing opportunities. You feel compelled to write daily. You make decisions that align with being a writer. This is called identity congruent behavior, and it's the most powerful force in human psychology. You literally rewire your neural pathways to match your identity. The 5 versions framework. So instead of chasing external outcomes, focus on becoming 5 versions of yourself. The happiest version, the healthiest version, the most healed version, the most present version, the most confident version. Here's what the research shows happens when you do this. When you're happy, you attract better opportunities because positive emotions broaden your cognitive scope. You literally see more possibilities. When you're healthy, you make better decisions because physical wellness directly impacts executive function. When you're healed, you stop sabotaging success because unresolved trauma no longer hijacks your decision-making. When you're present, you see what you've been missing because mindfulness increases pattern recognition by 40%. When you're confident, you take the right risks because self-efficacy is the strongest predictor of achievement. The real-world proof. I spent 10 years chasing titles: medical director, vice president, senior medical officer. I was miserable, stressed, and constantly feeling behind. Then I spent 5 years chasing myself. I worked on becoming happier, healthier, more healed, more present, more confident. The research backs this up. A Harvard study of 10,000 professionals found that those who focused on identity development earned 37% more and reported 62% higher job satisfaction than those who focused on external achievements. When you become the person, the path reveals itself. The Identity Shift Experiment. Here's how you make the shift. Instead of asking, "What do I want to achieve?" ask, "Who do I want to become?" Instead of, "I want to lose weight," say, "I am someone who takes care of their body." Instead of, "I want to start a business," say, "I am an entrepreneur." Then prove it to yourself with small actions. Write for 5 minutes if you're a writer. Exercise for 10 minutes if you're healthy. Meditate for 2 minutes if you're present. Your brain will start collecting evidence that this identity is true, and once your brain believes it, your behavior automatically aligns. This is called the Benjamin Franklin effect, and it's been replicated in over 50 studies. The challenge. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, stop chasing outcomes and start becoming identities. Pick one of the 5 versions: the happiest, healthiest, most healed, most present, or most confident version of yourself. Then ask, what would this version of me do right now? And do that thing. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just act like the person you want to become. Comment below and tell me which version you're choosing to become. Are you becoming the happiest version? The healthiest? The most confident? I want to see who you're becoming. Here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you stop chasing your path and start becoming yourself, the path appears. Not because you found it, but because you created it. Every decision, every action, every moment of becoming builds the bridge to where you want to go. You don't find your purpose, you become it. You don't discover your path, you are the path. The question isn't what you want to achieve, the question is who you want to become. And the answer to that question changes everything.